Good morning, students. So today we'll discuss transcription. So we have started molecular biology portion. Already you know the structure of DNA, structure of RNA, metabolism of nucleotides, and obviously the synthesis of DNA, that is replication. You know the DNA is synthesized using the template of another DNA, and the process is known as replication. And then RNA is synthesized using DNA as template. So DNA is produced from another DNA molecule, that is parental DNA, and RNA is transcribed from another DNA template. So DNA is synthesized from DNA and RNA is synthesized from DNA again. So during the lecture, we will define transcription first, then we will go for a short account of different types of RNA molecules. Then we will proceed to find out different types of transcription procedure in prokaryote, also in eukaryotic system. And the enzymes related to the synthesis we'll discuss. So first, definition of transcription. Basically, it is a cellular process in which RNA is synthesized using DNA as a template strand. So transcription is a cellular process in which an RNA molecule is synthesized using DNA as template. So this is transcription. Now, already you know the structure of RNA. RNA basically is a polymer of ribonucleotide. They are held together by 3', 5' poly phosphodiester bonds. Most of the RNA are single-stranded, but there may be double-stranded RNA. This is the only molecule which is used for storage and transmission of genetic information in the cellular system. So you know till date there are three major kinds of RNA. That is mRNA, tRNA, and rRNA. What is mRNA? mRNA is the messenger RNA. It transfers the genetic information from gene to the ribosome. Why to the ribosome? Because ribosome is the area where protein is synthesized. So protein synthesis occurs in the ribosome, and the dictation from the synthesis of protein comes from the environmental. It is the environmental stimuli that activates the several molecular process that ultimately helps for synthesis of DNA, then the transcription of DNA to form an RNA, then the action molecule protein is synthesized in the ribosome, and ultimately the function is done or the response is generated by the cell using these protein molecules. So from the stimulus to the action using the protein molecule, there are intermediate molecules, that is DNA and then RNA. So mRNA, the first criteria, this is messenger RNA. It transfers the genetic information from nucleus or from the gene to the ribosome. Then transfer RNA, tRNA. It reads the code on the mRNA and transfer appropriate amino acid for synthesis of protein. So they are mainly related to the synthesis of protein only. Then rRNA is the major bulk of the portion, 60 to 80% of the rRNA total RNA population. So they actually part of the ribosome. They are also very much involved in the synthesis of protein. There are several types of other RNA, the small nuclear RNA, then miRNA, the catalytic function, RNA with catalytic function. I have just want to give them a very short account of different types of RNA. Already you know the major bulk is formed by rRNA. They're involved mainly in the synthesis of protein. Then mRNA, they are mainly involved in the transferring genetic information from DNA to the ribosome. Then tRNA, they actually reads that genetic code and it supplies the appropriate amino acid during synthesis of protein. Then miRNA, ribozyme having catalytic activity like enzyme, E1 RNA also having catalytic activity. Thus here, these are the several kinds of RNA in our system. Now, what happens in replication? Already you know that the whole DNA molecule is copied. So there are two strands of DNA. One is leading strand, another is lagging strand, and the whole strand, along the whole length of the strands, are copied to form a newly synthesized nascent DNA molecule. But in transcription, whole DNA segment is not copied. Only a particular genetically a particular gene or group of gene are copied at one time. And so some portion of DNA are transcribed, but remaining are never transcribed. So what is gene? We have to know. Gene is a segment on the DNA that codes for a type of protein or for RNA may present on the strand of DNA. So one strand contains many genes. Here it is this is the gene, then the silent area, then again it is gene. So this is the concept of gene. It is a segment of DNA strand that transcribe to RNA and ultimately it is translated to form a particular protein. So that is gene. Now we are taking a short look in the replication and transcription. What is the differences exist between the two procedure? Replication is the synthesis of DNA and transcription is the synthesis of RNA process. So regarding template, both the strands of DNA acts as a template for replication and the whole length is whole the length is replicated. But in transcription, only single strand of DNA using a template and not the whole length, only a small portion of the gene or genome is transcribed. In case of replication, primer is required, but here no primer is required. Enzyme is DNA polymerase, and in case of transcription, it is RNA polymerase. There are obviously difference between the eukaryotic and prokaryotic system. An ultimate product for replication is double-stranded DNA. In case of transcription, it is single-stranded RNA. The base pairing is very much Watson-Crick base pairing, WC base pairing, that's the TBC. But here, instead of T, it is AU, TA, or GC. But several non-Watson-Crick base pairing is also present in transcription. So stringency during the base pairing is not maintained in transcription. Proofreading activity in replication is very stringent, but in transcription, it is absent or very few in activity. So these are the difference between replication and transcription. Please try to remember it. Now we will discuss certain feature of transcription. Number one, it is highly selective. The selectivity is due to signals embedded in the nucleotide sequence of DNA. Specific sequence mark the beginning and end of the DNA segment, which is to be transcribed. This signal instructs the enzyme. What is the instruction? That is where to start and where to stop the transcription, when to start and how often to start. These all are embedded in the DNA segment, and during the synthesis, the enzyme, that is RNA polymerase, will guide it with this DNA area, where to start and what to stop, when to start and how often to start. These things are all are embedded within this genetic element. So it is highly selective in nature. Transcription is highly selective. Then at first, many of the RNA transcripts are synthesized as precursor, that is known as primary transcript. So at first, we are not getting the mature RNA. The precursor molecule is transcribed first. Then there is certain modification will occur, that is called post-transcriptional modification. With the help of this post-transcriptional modification, that a primary transcript gets maturated. So this is very important. That is the primary transcript and post-transcriptional modification. Then site of transcription, in case of prokaryote, it is all in cytoplasm. So all RNA in prokaryotes are synthesized in cytoplasm. But in case of eukaryotes, there are two places. Most of the RNA are synthesized in the nucleus. Some RNA in the mitochondria. The mitochondria. So there are two places in the eukaryote system. One is nucleus, another is mitochondria. But in case of prokaryotes, only cytoplasm is the area of synthesis for RNA. The basic biochemistry for synthesis of prokaryote and eukaryotic RNA is same, but there are very complex procedure in eukaryotic system. Already you know the eukaryotic system is more complex than prokaryotic system. So RNA synthesis in prokaryote is catalyzed by large enzyme. It is a single unit enzyme, large enzyme that is called RNA polymerase. or this is a basically DNA dependent RNA polymerase. That is using the DNA strand as template strand. It is a single enzyme RNA polymerase and synthesize all cellular RNA in prokaryote system. So we have to clear the concept which one is coding strand and which one is template strand. So the strand of DNA which is transcribed to RNA is called template strand. So here the strand running 3-5 direction, 3-5 direction in blue, it is template strand. So the strand of DNA which transcribed to RNA. So this strand is getting transcribed to form a nascent RNA molecule. So this is antisense strand or template strand. And the opposite strand to this strand is called coding strand or sense strand, coding strand or sense strand. So the nascent molecule and the parental coding strand having the same or similar nucleotide sequences. So please remember the template strand, that is the strand of DNA which is transcribed to RNA, is called antisense strand or template strand. But the opposite strand to this antisense strand is known as coding strand or sense strand. So coding strand and the newly synthesized molecule of RNA having similar nucleotide pattern. So please remember which one is template and which one is coding strand. Now we are getting to the details of RNA polymerase. In case of RNA polymerase of prokaryotic system, it is the polymer. What is the action of this enzyme? Only the action is polymerization of nucleotide by formation of nuclear phosphodiester bond in 5' 3' direction, and they read the DNA template in 3' 5' direction. They are requiring ribonucleotides like ATP, GTP, CTP, and UTP. The prokaryotic RNA complex is a multimeric enzyme complex that is has got 5 subunits, 2 identical alpha subunits, that is 2 alpha, then beta, beta dot. They are similar but not identical, and omega. They form the core enzyme. So alpha 2, beta, beta dot, and omega forms the core enzyme. When it attaches with the sigma factor, the sixth one, it forms the holoenzyme part. So prokaryotic RNA polymerase has got 5 subunits in core part, and it also attaches to the sigma factor to form a holoenzyme. Now, what are the function of different parts in prokaryotes? We are taking a short look. So alpha subunits determine the DNA to be transcribed, so they can identify, they have a role in initiation process, which part of the DNA, which DNA to be transcribed, they have identified it. Now the beta, it has the role to catalyze the polymerization, so they actually form the phosphodiester bond 5'3', beta dot, actually they are involved in unwinding process. Omega factor function is not known till date. And in case of holoenzyme, the sixth one is the sigma factor. They recognize the initiation site and helps in the unwinding of the DNA. So these are the function of the each subunit. Now, what are the functions of RNA polymerase as a whole? So single RNA polymerase performs multiple functions. Number one, it starts and binds to the promoter site. Number two, it unwinds the short stretch of double helical DNA. 3. It selects the correct ribonucleotide and catalyzes the formation of phosphodiester bond, that is the polymerization part. It dictates the termination signal, interacts with the activator and repressor protein that regulate the rate of the transcription. Now, we are discussing the transcription in prokaryotes. Actually, there are 3 phases: initiation phase, elongation phase, and termination. Initiation phase is when the RNA polymerase recognizes the portion of the initiation site, that is promoter site, and ultimately it leads to starting of transcription. So this is initiation. After initiation, there is elongation phase. RNA strand is growing continuously. So this is elongation phase. That is 3-5 phosphodiester bridge has been synthesized, and the gradually one by one nucleotide molecules are attaching to the growing strand. So this is elongation phase. And termination phase, RNA polymerase stops the synthesis of nascent RNA and it is separated from the DNA template. So this is termination phase. Now the initiation. Initiation involves the interaction of RNA polymerase with DNA at a specific site or sequence of DNA. The sequence of DNA needed for RNA polymerase to bind to the template and accomplish the initiation reaction defines the promoter. The promoter basically is the characteristic sequence of DNA that directs the RNA polymerase to initiate the transcription. Actually, usually it is located on the coding strand, not in the template strand. Simplest type of promoter found in the prokaryote. There are two general types of sequence elements are found. One sequence element is believed to promote the initial binding of the enzyme. Other element usually has high content of adenine and thymine. These sequences 6 to 8 stretch long and located about minus 35 or to minus 10 BP upstream to the start point of the transcription. So these are on the coding strand. Actually, change in only one base pair in the promoter region decreases the rate of transcription. So these are very much essential part. Now let's take a look which one is the initiation part and which is the controlling region. So initiation part, actually this is the starting part. These sequences will be identified by the RNA polymerase with the help of beta dot subunit. So beta dot subunit and the sigma factor will identify this part. So holo enzyme of RNA polymerase will be attached here in the start point. Now what is downstream? Another is upstream. The two terminologies here. Along the coding strand, the movement of the enzyme RNA polymerase will be occur from 5' to 3' end. Here it is a 5' end, here it is 3' end. So enzyme will move to this direction from 5' to 3' direction. So along the direction of the enzyme, it is known as downstream or it is denoted as positive sign. So 1 means it is 1 nucleotide apart, 2 means 2 nucleotide apart, and 3 means 3 nucleotide and etc. So downstream is the along the movement or in favor of the movement of the enzyme RNA polymerase, and upstream is the against the or opposite to the movement of the RNA polymerase. So RNA polymerase is moving from the starting point to this direction, that is 5' 3' from the coding area, but when the movement along the coding strand is opposite the direction of this enzyme, it is upstream. So this is the initiation part or starting area. It is identified by two parts. One is beta dot subunit, another is sigma factor. The main area is sigma factor. Now there are two controlling area also. One is 10 base pair upstream. That is this is the starting pair point, and 10 base pair from the starting point apart. There is a promoter region, or this is basically controlling region, having the very specific sequence, and this is conserved sequence, that is TATAT, TATAT. So this is called Tata box and or Prinbo box. This is a controlling area, and again about 35 base pairs upstream, there is another very much conserved area, that is TGTTGACA. This is also another promoter region. What is the activity of this promoter region? They actually help to bind RNA polymerase to the starting point or initiation site number 1, and they actually control the rate of the reaction. If there is any mutation or any change in this nucleotide sequence, this conserved sequence is changed by one nucleotide only also, rate of the reaction or binding of the RNA polymerase will be altered. So please remember the initiation part, there is a starting site or binding site for the enzyme, and there are two controlling sites there upstream from the starting point along the coding strand. Now the initiation process I have already mentioned. This is the starting point. Here it has the certain sequences that can be identified with the help of sigma factor, and RNA polymerase will bind this area. This is a closed area, that means all the hydrogen bonds between the nucleotides are intact. After that binding, with the help of this beta dot clamp, they actually separate the DNA strands and hydrogen bonds are broken down. So it has become an open complex. Now, what is that initiation? And then here no primer is required. The depending upon the sequence, that is nucleotide sequence in the antisense or coding strand. What is sorry, this is depending upon the nucleotide sequence in the template strand. Actually, all the complementary base pairs are added, and there is a synthesis of chain in 3' to 5' direction. So this is the area where initiation starts. Now elongation procedure, the chain is growing on, the nascent chain is growing on here. What happens? There is a 1 by 1 addition of nucleotides that is complementary to the DNA molecule, DNA template strand that added. Then here is a hybrid of RNA and DNA complex. So during elongation, DNA RNA hybrid is found. So here is the transcription bubble, very good illustration here. This is the whole enzyme, that is RNA polymerase prokaryotic enzyme. Now look at here, actually the DNA which will be to be transcribed here, I am unwinding with the help of this area, and here rewinding of original DNA is occurring. There is synthesis of newly nascent RNA, and there is a hybrid structure that consists of green colored RNA and blue colored DNA. So actually DNA RNA hybrid. And direction of transcription here. So transcription bubble. This is a very lucid illustration. Now the termination. The transcribed region of DNA template contains stop signal. Prokaryotes have two classes of termination signal. One is row dependent, another is row independent. Now, row dependent termination, basically row is a protein molecule. It is signaled by a sequence of template strand of the DNA molecule. So termination signal actually present in the coding strand also. It is a 40 base pair in length and inverted repeat or hyphenated. These signals recognized by a terminator protein, that is row protein. Rho is an ATP-dependent RNA-stimulated helicase which binds to the particular signal present in the termination area in the coding strand. Thus, RNA polymerase cannot move further. So, Rho factor is attached to that area. So, there is a physical barrier to the RNA polymerase. So, RNA polymerase cannot move further. So, it can detach from the DNA molecule, and also the nascent RNA molecule detached from the RNA DNA complex. So what is row dependent termination? Actually, there is a termination signal present in the coding strand. This signal will be identified by the row factor. Basically, it is a helicase. It is dependent RNA stimulated helicase. It will bind to the area. Basically, row is a DNA binding protein. So it creates a physical barrier to the RNA polymerase. So RNA polymerase cannot move further. So there is separation of RNA polymerase from DNA and also nascent RNA from DNA. So this is row dependent termination. Here is a picture. Now row independent, but most of the termination occurs independent of row. So row factor is not required. So palindromic sequence is there in the termination area. So GC rich region which is followed by AT. So there is AT and GC rich region in the termination area. Thus RNA transcript of the palindrome is cell complementary. So they are binding and they will form hairpin-like structure. They will form hydrogen bonding because there is a complementary base sequences there. So there is a hairpin-like structure, and hairpin-like structure acts as a physical barrier to the RNA polymerase. And then second feature is a highly conserved string of poly A residue in template strand that is transcribed to poly U residue. Then they also form a hairpin structure. We are going to the picture here. So this is coding strand and this is template strand having palindrome. They will bind to form a hairpin structure. And in case of poly T in the coding strand, in template strand they have poly U A. Ultimately it is synthesized to form poly U structure. Then GC will form a hairpin-like structure. Due to form this hairpin-like structure, and it acts as a physical barrier that is just like a row-dependent factor. So RNA polymers cannot move further, and it will get separated from the DNA RNA hybrid, and newly synthesized nascent RNA will be separated out. So we have completed the area of prokaryotic transcription. So we will discuss eukaryotic transcription in later class. So till now we know what is the definition of transcription. We know the several kinds of RNA, mRNA, tRNA, and rRNA, and their functions. We have learned that what is the difference between replication and transcription, and also the main enzyme for RNA polymerase. They having separate feature for prokaryotic and eukaryotic system. Today we have learned that only prokaryotic area. There are three steps of transcription, that is initiation, elongation, and termination. How initiation occurs, what is the role of sigma factor is very much important. And Tata box and Pinbro box comes as short note also. And then elongation, and after that termination. There are termination is also very important. There are two types of termination. Most are road independent termination, and there are certain types that is road dependent termination. So just remember the things. We will come next class with eukaryotic transcription. Thank you.